Hey guys, welcome back to another great hard surface modeling tutorial. In this one, we are gonna model these objects, and it turned out really good. I am really happy with the result. If you like this kind of content, you can check out my Patreon as I have many videos and tutorials there. Now, let's get into the tutorial. I will start with a cylinder, change the orientation, then I'm gonna hit N and B to see the wireframes. Firstly, we can get rid of these high segments. Then I will set this to 8 because I want to work with a low polymesh as much as possible, which will make the process easier and more effective. Now I want to change the height to 250. Then I will hold down Control, drag these off, then change the orientation to +Z. I will make this one larger, like 85 or 90. Then I will go back to this one because I need to know the radius of this one, and I will come back to this one and set this to 100 so that these are gonna match perfectly. Now I will grab that cylinder and move it here. I'm gonna adjust this by eye because as you can see I don't have any image plane here. So I assume this is supposed to be somewhere here. Then I'm gonna hit R and rotate it. So after rotating this, by the way, let me turn off the work plane. I will make this cylinder editable. Hold down Shift, select these edges, hold down Control and clone these off with the slide tool. Then I will make a fill selection, hit E and move these polygons up, all the way up. I think we need to move this one along the X, but the orientation of this axis will not allow me to, move this around easily. So I'm gonna hit W. This icon will be enabled. Then I will move these slightly. Yeah, something like that. Then before proceeding further, I will make a duplicate of this cylinder because I will use it later to create that hole in the middle. I'm gonna hide it. Then I will select this back. I will go into points mode and grab line cut tool, turn off visible only so that I can cut through the whole shape. I will also enable snap. Click on that point, then hold and shift to add that straight cut. Then we can delete these top points. Perfect. We are going to combine these two objects, so these two should have similar edge flow. So while the snap is enabled, click on that point and add these edges in. Okay, let's not forget this one. I'm going to hold down Shift and add these edges because, as I said, we are going to combine these two and these edges should match. Then I can add this one as well. I want this cut to be straight, so I will grab back the line cut tool. I will do the same. Come over here, hold down Shift and add this one in. I'm gonna slide these down. Okay. Now we can combine this. Select this one, hold down Alt, Bool, and put this second cylinder under that one. We want union, obviously. And we need to check the inside because it should be clean. Well, it is not. I assume, yeah, we didn't close that cap. So in order to get a good result with the booleans, you need to close these kind of caps or holes. And I will do that with the close polygon hole tool. The topology is not important since that section will be deleted anyway. So enable this back, unhide the cylinder, and enable create single object. I'm gonna check the inside one more time. Yes, now it is cleaned up. Perfect. I'm gonna make it editable, and that's gonna be it. Now we can go to top view, go into points mode and delete these points because I don't want to adjust these edges twice. I can use easily symmetry. So first thing first, let's clean up the mesh. I will turn off snap, go into points mode, and I can connect these. Nice. Then that's gonna be it for the cleaning. It's a very clean mesh. Now I'm gonna double click on that edge loop, then grab slide tool and slide these edges in. Yeah, something like that. By the way, we do not need these edges. I will just dissolve them. Okay, now I'm gonna unhide this one. Going to model mode, go to the front view and scale that in. Something like that. Then I will go into points mode, grab these points and move them down. Somewhere here, I guess. I'm not sure. Okay, then I will select these points and move them out because I will make another Boolean operation. So select this one, hold down Alt, add a bool, and put the cylinder under that object. Okay, let's enable create single object. Make it editable, going to points mode because we need to clean up the mesh. I can connect that one to that one, that one to that one, this one here. But if I do that, I will have an endgun. So let me see. What if I do that? Yeah, it's gonna be better. Okay, that was easy. Now I will grab these edges. By the way, if you are able to make a perfect selection by double clicking on any edge loop, it means that it is perfectly clean, no empty points. So hold down Control and move these on the Z. Now we need to move these edges to the world center because I will use a symmetry object. Also, I need to line this up along the X. So I should come over here, set this to world, and I'm gonna zero out the Z position. If the size is slightly off, zero it out as well. Okay, now let's add a lookout here, or let's hold down Shift and add this one in. Then I will go into polygon mode, grab these polygons with loop selection tool. Then I will use normal move tool to scale these in. You may wonder why I am not using the scale tool, because normal move tool gives more accurate results whenever you want to scale polygons in. And these loop cuts are important because we have a curve over here. So that supporting edge is quite important to hold up that curve. And the distance between these edges should be very similar in order to get a good result. Same here, here, and here. Now let's drop this into a symmetry. Hold down Alt, add this one in. We need to mirror these on the Z. So I will turn this off and enable Z axis, and I will also enable weld. I'm gonna move this back, this one as well. And the next thing I wanna do is add in a horizontal edge so that I will have a straight flow over here. It's gonna be easier to show than explain. So I will grab back the line cut tool and add this one in. Then I will grab polygon pen tool and connect these ones. Now we are left with these triangles, but it's gonna be quite easy to get rid of them. Like I can connect these, then dissolve that edge. I can connect these, get rid of this one, and add these new edges in. Okay, that was easy. Now, same here. So add this one in, get rid of that edge, and I will basically carry these edges down. Okay, I think it's time to put this one under a sub-D. Hold on, I'll add this one in. All right, the edge flow, the topology is looking quite fine, no problems at all. Now we need to make some edges sharper, obviously, and to do that, I will use weights. Actually, before doing that, let me make this symmetry editable, because I will need to add these details in, and it is easier when you apply the symmetry deformer. And I will add this one in Alt and Control. Oh, sorry. I should add a diagonal cut along these edges. So grab the line cut tool and add these edges in. Then I can delete these and use close polygon all tool. Select that polygon or engan, scale these in, inset them. Then hold down Control, move them in. And I'm gonna use this tool again, but this time I will use the grid one or the patch one. The patch one will give you more options, as you can rotate this new geo around. This one is looking fine, I guess. Maybe we can move this in slightly, and that's gonna be it. Or let's make another inset just like the other sides and enable subd. Now I will select edges that I want to make sharper, like these ones. Hold down Shift, or you can also grab the loop selection tool. Sometimes it is easier. Okay, these are the edges that I want to make sharper. So let's enable subd, right click, weight subdivision surface, and weight these edges all the way up. Also, I will bring that down because 2 is going to be too much. 1 is going to be perfect. Okay, let's check the mesh. That part caught my attention. It looks like we need to, let me go to the front view. We need to select these points and move them in slightly because there's a slight bulge over here, which means that I need to scale this in slightly. Just a little bit, not too much. Yeah, something like that. Also, I'm gonna select these edges only. Enable Symmetry hub. We are gonna need the Z, and I will slide them basically, which will, oops, sorry, I should turn off Symmetry hub because somehow this slide tool is not working with the Symmetry hub. So I will first slide this somewhere here. So this is gonna give us a better curve. Now I need to apply this on the other side. So I'm gonna hold down Alt, add a symmetry in Z. I will enable remove outside and enable weld. I should select the minus to plus. Okay, let's enable subd. I thought I weighted these edges, but let's do that again. Final adjustments before making this editable. I mean the subdivision surface. I'm gonna add that edge loop in that one as well because uniformity is important. I want to keep these polygons as even as possible. Alright, not that bad. I think it's time to make this subd editable. Enable it, set this subdivision renderer to 1 as well, otherwise you are gonna subdivide it twice. So both of them should be at 1, then make the subd editable. Move that out, remove that weight, remove these selections. Now I can start to split up these segments. I will make a fill selection. UNP, split them out, go back to the original one and delete them. After that, I can hide this one and grab these edges. I can hold down Control, scale these in twice, and add another loop cut here because these edges should be sharp. Then I will unhide this one, hide that one. I can do the same, hold down Control, scale these in twice. Then I will make a selection, slide tool, and clone these off. I'm doing this again to make these edges sharper because I will put another sub-D at the top. I'm gonna group this, Alt-N-G, put sub-D in. Yeah, looks really good. What about here? Well, I can use edges. I'm gonna slide this instead of adding a new one, and I will set this to proportional. I think we need to get rid of that edge loop. That edge loop is squishing things up here, I guess. So I will just dissolve it and I will check it. Yeah, that one is looking much better. That part is also a little tight, so let me see what's gonna happen if I dissolve them. Yeah, now it's looking much better, I guess. Same here. And I can double click on these edges, slide them slightly. Okay, now let's work on the other details. These are gonna be quite easy as I can add in a disk, change the orientation, and something like that. As we started with 8 segments for the cylinder, let's keep it that way. I will make it editable, and I will hold down Control, extrude these out, make an inset, then another one, and move these in. I'm gonna hold down Control, then make an inset. Then I will make a selection, delete these, grab these polygons, hold down Control, move them out. Yeah, that's gonna be basically. I can grow up the selection and scale this up slightly, and I can hit these in. Now I will select that object, move that in, rotate it. Let's use the same sub-D group. Okay, some supporting edges as usual, or I can use some weights again. Select these edges. Let me solo this. Put another sub-D and weight these edges up. Set this to 1 and make it editable. Then I can slice some of these edges. And we could have a better topology here, like selecting that loop and using fit circle tool. Yeah, or we can grow the selection, delete these, and use the close polygon hole tool and rotate that around. Yeah, I think that's looking better. Then that part, again, I want to work with the low poly mesh as it's going to be much easier to, adjust this object. So something like that. I will on Control, make some sets, another one, move that out. I will do that one more time. This time I will grab these polygons, extrude them up, then select these polygons by holding right mouse, grow up the selection, Alt and Control, move these out. Then I'm gonna select these only, move them out, scale them up. I can get rid of these edges, these diagonal ones, as we want something quads. Then move that point out, select these points. Okay, that is looking fine. Obviously, we need to subdivide it to be sure. So let's put this one under a new subd. I will use the same technique. I will just rate these edges. Sometimes it is easier to work like that with the weights instead of adding supporting edges. So enable subd and weight these edges up. I will set these to 1 and make it editable. Also, remember to delete these weights after you make the subds editable. Now it is a matter of time to, add these edges in or make fill selections, split them out. And hold that control, extrude these in. That doesn't mean though you will not need to add supporting edges. Well, you need to do that anyway, because I will put this one under our subd group. Now for this one, I can select this here, select this one here. It is more efficient to use these existing ones, or you can clone them as well by holding Control. Now let's put these ones under our subd group, enable subd. Perfect. As a last touch, I always like to apply some materials on the objects as I can see any kind of imperfections on the surface by looking at the shader. So let's move these over here, move this one on the subd. Let me set this to a darker color and remove these roughness. That's a great way to, check the mesh. I will set this roughness to 0.3 or something like that. Then check the mesh again, but I see no problem. Maybe that section could have been a little rounder. Let me see if I can do that. You should have done this before making the subd editable, but since the mesh is relatively low, we can still do that, I guess. We are gonna see. For example, I can get rid of that loop, which will loosen it up here. Then I can go to the front view and, move these points to make that section rounder. Okay, let's enable subd. Okay, now these are looking very similar. I'm gonna hit NNQ to see my shader. Since I dissolved that edge loop, I will need to add another one. But that one is not gonna change that curve. I'm gonna check the normals. This is something I always forget. So this one is flipped. Hit UNR. This one is okay. This one is okay. Everything is okay. Now I can make different materials. Like this one is supposed to be shiny. And another one. This one is metallic. I can grab that color from the image, make it metallic, rougher, and put this one on this one. Well, it's supposed to be darker. Okay, then I can put this one on this mesh, and I can split out this object. This one is supposed to be a metallic one, so I'm gonna set this to white. I want full metalness. Put this one on it. Maybe a little roughness. And I will just put this material on these objects. Oh, actually, these ones. These are just for viewport purposes. They do not mean anything. Okay, I believe that's gonna be it for this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, just let me know. You can also find me on the Discord channel. You can find the link below. And I will see you in the next tutorials. Bye.